In today's episode, we're going to be taking another look at the exciting new trailer for the 2026 Masters of the Universe live action movie, and we're going to be looking at it through the lens of the toys. How do the toys present? And in today's episode, we're going to specifically be focusing on creatures and characters. Okay, so right up, of course, they've got Adam. Adam's going to be the star of the show. And they're showing him in the trailer in sort of like a human earthbound version of his pink shirt, which is very funny, and it keeps it kind of grounded. Perhaps later in the movie or in flashbacks, or maybe if there's successful franchises to come and sequels, we'll get him in his more toy-accurate tunic. Of course, Cringer is also shown in the trailer, looking much less cringery. He looks very ferocious and serious in the trailer, sort of a blend of personalities of his cringery personality and the ferocious battle cat that he will obviously become at some point. And then, of course, we've got Teela, prominently shown in the trailer, looking great. Although immediately the fans were wondering, how come her gorgeous red hair is down? It looks great, but we're so used to seeing her with an updo. Maybe there'll be like a formal scene where she's kind of dressed up and she's got her hair up, sort of like Leia in the Star Wars movies, like at the end of the first Star Wars where she was putting the medallions on the heroes, or in her unfortunate Cloud City dinner party where she was also sort of dressed up. Maybe we'll have like a formal event where Teela can be all dolled up and in her signature sort of Gautier coned bustier. I'm a child of the 80s. What can I say? I like a gold bustier on my female heroes. So then in terms of the bad guys, of course, Skeletor is shown, looking very scary. We don't see Keldor, but we're definitely getting Skeletor, obviously. And we do see some Evelyn. I do love Evelyn. And they even show an exciting battle between Evelyn and Teela. So we can be waiting in anticipation for that standoff. Some of the other good guys that they show in a there's like the action walking scene and you see our stars in the front, but then in the background there's some other characters and we're not really sure who they are. But peeking out in the background, it kind of seems to me like it is Mechanic with his long neck that he can use to see over things, a spy. Of course, we also see the sorceress briefly. She looks like she's dressed more in robes and like flowing capes, more so than like the feathers. But I mean, that makes sense because the feathers are like next level camp, although I do love them. And of course, if you can't have the sorceress without her bird animal version, and the trailer opens with that shot, which is very exciting. We get to see the queen looking very prominently featured. Perhaps she's extra featured in this narrative because of the Earth connection, and as we know, she is originally from Earth. She looks beautiful. Blonde, not a redhead, but still it works. We see Beastman. We see him in Earth jumping on a police car, looking terrifying. We don't really see a lot of King Randor. There's some speculation that he's in that shot with the Queen and the young Adam. You got to zoom in real close to see that. But surely he'll be featured. The soldiers, the army of Skeletor that you see, the Skell Knights, that was released by Mattel. I don't have that in my collection, but I like to use his skeleton warriors. They're my minion of choice for Skeletor. They're the ones that I have guarding my Snake Mountain. And to counterbalance the evil soldiers, they do show also the Royal Guard. A few other bad guys that may be showing up. We see a glimpse of Trapjaw, which is super exciting because he was always a very, very fun cyborg monstrous toy. There have been hints of Triclops, and I think there's been some press release and maybe the new version of the toy they've shown. So he's definitely going to be in that. I believe his character has been race swapped for his actor. And speaking of which, I almost forgot a very important player, Man at Arms. So then he's going to be portrayed by Idris Elba. And I know there's always some conversation about when a character is being race swapped, but I think it totally works. It's totally fine. There's nothing inherent about Man at Arms' character that says he has to be one race or the other. And plus, Idris Elba is an amazing actor, and he really rocks the stash. A monstrous character that they do show for a brief moment in the trailer is Spikor, evil, spiky villain. I'm excited to see what they do with him. And battling off against him briefly in the trailer is Fisto. Now, I haven't taken Fisto out of the packaging because I think he looks extra hilarious with his name prominently next to his imagery. Roboto's also featured, and Roboto's going to be voiced by Kristen Wiig, which is hilarious. Hopefully, they really lean into the hilarity of it all. She's a brilliant comedic actress. I hope we don't get a cheetah situation. No sign of Merman yet, a fan favorite, so we're waiting to see. And speaking of fan favorite, of course, everyone is asking, where's Orko? Surely he's got to be there. And who knows who else is going to be there as we wait for the big reveal this summer. In the meantime, all we can do is speculate, guess, and hope that all of our favorite characters are going to show up in this awesome new movie. See you next time. And until then, good journey.